YouTube, what's going on? YouTube, what is going on? What is happening, man? Of course, you got one more time, DEDRICKHICKSJR, and I'm back with another fragrance video. Smell good, family. Hopefully everyone out there is doing well, doing great, doing fantastic, positive energy and positive vibes. Y'all know how we rock here on this channel, and I truly hope that everyone out there is doing great, doing well, super duper, whatever verbiage that we can use to hopefully describe everything going well for you and your loved ones. Again, I truly hope that everyone is doing well. All right, so today we're here with the video, man. And these fragrances are courtesy of my friends over at So Avant Garde. All right, so you've heard me talk about So Avant Garde over the last couple of months. I do have a relationship with the brand, and they have sent over fragrances, man, that I've discussed and I talked about. And still, you know, with everything else with me, give my honest and full forthcoming opinion of what I think about the fragrances. But we also talk about what's in them, how they perform, and just my opinion, my minor opinion on what I think about these fragrances. All right, so before we get started, we're going to be talking about 7 fragrances over at So Avant Garde that you can look into right now. They do have a great sampling program to look into, discovery sets, single samples, and of course full bottles. All right, so use my code DEDRICK20, again DEDRICK20, to save you some money over at So Avant Garde. If anything over there interests you, great customer service, beautiful display on their website, just a great place to go and have an opportunity to explore, to level up in your fragrance journey with niche fragrances. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into my first one, man. I really like this one, man. It's some good stuff, man, from the house of Bion. All right, we have Bion's EDP Eclat. All right, that's what we have. All right, so man, this is a beautiful fragrance, man. My first thing ever from Bion, but what I get from this, man, I get a nice, it's like a grapefruity, citrus, like rindy type of opening, but it has a smoothness to it as well. There's some rose that really pops off of my skin for sure. A very elegant, sophisticated. For me personally, I'm gonna be wearing this to the office a lot. Just my day-to-day, career. I have to dress up in a certain type of apparel, and a fragrance like this could definitely give me the I guess pull off the persona, so to speak. Not persona, the look. There we go. The look and the feel that I'm going for. All right. So Bion EDP Eclat is one of, from what I understand, from a great line from Bion. This is the only one that I've smelled so far, but this is a really good one. Okay, so again, catch this one over at So Avant Garde. They do have samples available for this as well. Get your nose on it. It's not for everybody. It does have a mature type of vibe, at least to my nose, and it's really good. From the house of Bion, we have Bion's EDP Eclat, or Eclat EDP. All right, I love that frosted bottle as well. All right, up next, gonna talk about a fragrance that has really had the hype train going full blown crazy all year long, and maybe rightfully so. From the house of Mind Games, okay, we have Blockade. Mind Games have taken over. Well, I've been a huge part of FragCom this entire year, and just to get this in the air, the atomizers. And the reason why I want to get this one in the air, because this is similar to a DNA that I am in love with and that I appreciate very much so. This reminds you of the Creed Aventus DNA, or anything that you smell that rivals the Creed Aventus DNA. But this has an interesting and great twist to it, and that is the note of mango. There is a beautiful, very present mango feel to this fragrance that I was blown away by. Now, I did do a live stream, full first impressions out of the packaging and all, and I'll link that at the end of this video. You could check it out, and I was so blown away. I didn't know much about it. I have heard here and there what this could have been like, but to get it on my nose, I would tell you, you think Creed Aventus, remove that pineapple-y bergamot opening and douse it with mango. It gives it a different spin and a different bop, man. It got a different walk and a different talk with the DNA with this one, and I truly love it. Now, there's conversations of performance and how long it lasts. Through to my experience, I got around 5 to 6 hours. Now, this is a very expensive fragrance, so I know to some people that's going to be a problem, that the price tag that this is worth, that this is for, is the juice worth it? The reason I'm going to say why the interest still should be there if the price deters you is the experience. All right, so the experience for me has really captivated me, and it could be a little biased here because of my love for Creed Aventus, but the mango touch to it I've never experienced before. So I'm really taken aback by that right now. So Mind Games' is Blockade is something that you definitely could look into. Currently, so Avant Garde didn't have any samples available for Blockade, but I'm pretty sure that it's going to change soon. So keep it locked and get you a sample before you make that kind of commitment with anything from Blockade or anything on the website for that matter. Again, from the house of Mind Games, we have Blockade. All right, moving along to a huge fan favorite that I have become of this fragrance, and it is unique and it is very nice to my nose. From the house of M. Micallef, we have Desir Toxi. Desir Toxi. Now, I have talked about this fragrance a couple of times before on this channel, and since the last time that this was featured, I have worn this fragrance a few times, and I will say this, man, the cinnamon, there's a cannabis note that is present, a patchouli vibe as well. To me, this is kind of like, and I can't take credit for this, but it makes sense when I heard it, so shout out Justin Copeland. This is like the older, successful, mature brother or uncle of Parfums de Marly's Layton. And not to say Layton is juvenile, but it does have that playful aspect, that mass appealing feel. I don't think this is mass appealing at all. I think this is for maybe a set crowd of individuals. Definitely a masculine feel, comes off very, very much so. Had that earthy touch to it. Like I say, some cinnamon, there's some spices, there's some sweetness here as well. This just all around does a few things that could really provoke your interest into the style of this fragrance. So I really enjoy this stuff. It's real good. Samples are available on So Avant Garde. If you're looking for something different, if you love Layton, but you're looking for something different with a unique twist to it, check out this one, man. From the house of M. Micallef, we have Desir Toxi. Desir Toxi. All right. Next up, man, a gourmand beauty, and I cannot wait. This is the only fragrance that I have not worn a full wearing yet, but I've tested on my skin several times, and this stuff is awesome. From the house of State of Mind, all right, we have Spontaneous Generosity. Get that? Spontaneous Generosity. Man, I am a sucker for the note of cherry. And get this in the air as well. Beautiful sprayer. I am a sucker for the note of cherry. This is beautifully done. This is a very sweet and gourmandish style of a fragrance that features cherry. All right, you also get this almost praline-ish, caramelish sweetness as well. There is a nice spice that's accompanied to this fragrance as well. Thick, has depth and has body to this fragrance for sure. This is unisex, ladies, so fellas, you can wear this as well, and so can the ladies. But this just comes off as sexy, sex appeal. That's what I get with this fragrance. So if you're stepping out on a fall date night or a winter's date night and you really putting it together because you want to create that intimate, sexy vibe with the person who you're with, this definitely can assist in that. Now for me, this is definitely going to be date night only. I can't see myself wearing this style of a fragrance to the office, or I could wear it lounging around, because when I'm home and, especially when it's cooler out and I'm in my cozy mood, I'll throw on a hoodie and I'll spray a couple sprays on something that could be around there. So yeah, I would wear this around the house just to keep experiencing it when I'm not, out on a date with my wife. But this stuff is awesome. I enjoy it. All my cherry lovers out there, you will enjoy. Again, this is sweet with a touch of spice. There's like a caramel praline going on with this as well. Just overall goodness. That's what this is. Gourmand Beauty from the house of Spontaneous House of State of Mind. We have Spontaneous Generosity. I had never heard of this line before until Avant Garde sent me the fragrance over, and I'm so thankful to have it in my collection. All right, let's move over to two fragrances from a very popular niche house out there, and right now, currently, they're my #1 niche house that I love. Battle between Parfum de Marly is still strong, but I've been wearing these a lot. Up first, from the house of Nishane, from the X series, we have Hashii X. You guys heard me talk about this fragrance for sure. This is another gourmand beauty, all right? So Hashii is just one of those fragrances that have impacted the fragrance community, become very popular, sought after, and a lot of conversation about the Hashii DNA. Well, what X provides is a little bit more of a fresher opening to this. I think there's an added note of melon. So you do get this dewy, fruity sweetness that is not in the original. Now I have a decant of the original, and comparing the openings, I do get the differences, but the similarities are still present. But once you get through the opening and get to the mid and the dry down, that beautiful warm benzoin vanilla vibe that this fragrance starts to just take over. Now, even though this one is a bit more fresher than the OG, you still get the Hashii DNA. This stuff is fantastic. It is great quality and creaminess that is there. Just beautiful, beautiful fragrance. Perfect for the fall and the winter time. You can dress this up. You can dress this down. You can get sexy with it. You can be bold with it. You can do a lot of different things with this fragrance, man. And this stuff is good. From the house of Nishane, man. From the X series, we have Hashii X. Hashii X. Great stuff here, man. All right, moving along to one more from the house of Nishane, also from the X line. This stuff is awesome, and another very popular fragrance in the community. From the house of Nishane, we have Hashii X. Hashii X. Again, the OG of Hashii is sensational, fantastic, masculine power. All right, that's what you get with that. And again, this is coming off, this is like a relative of Creative Vintage. This is not the same as Creative Vintage, even though the openings can rival, but as it starts to dry down and get to the mid and get to the base of this fragrance, you do get the differences, but the similarities of the DNAs are there. But this X version compared to the original is, it's not significant, but it's there. And the one thing that I get in the opening of this is a more sparkling citrus, not so much the sweet pineapple opening from the original, which I can appreciate. It's a bergamot lime type of citrus that's opening up this thing, and it's really noticeable, but it fills the air, it fills the room. You know, wherever you are, it's going to do that. So that's the differences between the two for someone out there who's asking. But it's been said that oak moss is not in this fragrance, that they removed the oak moss and they've kept the vetiver. They switched the vetiver for another style of vetiver, but I still get the oak moss feel. That oak moss vetiver bomb is still present to my nose. So strong, masculine, much bravado, all right, with this fragrance for sure. And this is for someone, in my opinion, who is very confident and comfortable with who they are, how they articulate themselves, how they go about their business and just their day-to-day life. Hashii X just covers all of those bases. So this is a great one for sure. There are samples and discovery sets of the entire X line on Avant Garde. Again, use my code DEDRICK20. Everything's down in the description. Save you some money if you are interested. I recommend sampling. All right, when it comes to these types of fragrances, niche fragrances, and ones that are more expensive. And this does not differ. All right, from my thought, from the house of Nishane, we have Hashii X. All right. And last but not least, a brand new fragrance from a line out there that is really gaining some steam, gaining some respect and interest. From the house of Tumi, we have the brand new 19 Degrees. Love this bottle. It's a matte black bottle, heavy bottle. I love how you can open up this fragrance with the twist cap and it comes off with that red atomizer. That is really nice. All right. So the success for me, because I loved it, of the Awaken Distill, all right, Extrait de Parfum that came out right before this is awesome. One of my favorite for the office fragrances. This one takes a different approach for sure. This is the most different fragrance that I've ever smelled from Tumi. I can see what they're doing. They're really taking off the mass appealing hat and they're trying their hand at different things, and 19 degrees off of that. You get some saffron, you get some citrus. There's a black lavender note in here. There's a black raspberry note that is in here. It's like masculine and fun. It's like masculine and seriousness meets fun and kind of trying to mash it all together. You're just getting lots of different things here. Great performer, another extrait to parfum, but I will say that this is not mass appealing. This is not. I can see what Tumi's doing. So with this not being that mass appealing or resembling something that's already out there in the fragrance world, you might want to sample this before you buy a full bottle. It is that different and it's that interesting, especially on a designer level. All right, so again, black raspberry, black lavender. There's some thyme in here. It's like earthiness, some aromatics, some sweetness. It's a lot going on, and I would challenge anybody out there who's into fragrances to get their nose on this and really see what they think about it. So this one has me intrigued. I'm interested. I am kind of mind boggled, and honestly, I don't have my mind made up if this is for me or not. I just don't. I gotta wear it a few more times and really form that absolute opinion, and I'm looking forward to doing so because this is definitely challenging me. I didn't expect this at all. So Tumi's really stepping up their game, and I think they're doing a really good job, and I look forward to seeing how many of you try Tumi and how my opinion formulates for the brand new one, because I have a lot of great success with fragrances like Continuum and, like I said, the Awakened Distill. Great stuff. All right, so again, from the house of Tumi, we have 19 degrees. 19 degrees. All right guys, that is it. Those are 7 fragrances that my good team over at So Avant Garde sent over my way. I've had a lot of fun talking about these and experimenting with these, and I want to bring them to you and give you guys some things to think about, especially as we go into the holiday season, for gifts or something for yourself, or help you stand out differently, or whatever it is that you're thinking. These are 7 that can, definitely help guide you along the way. Sample. Desir 20, check them out. And I appreciate you guys for watching. All right, so until next time, y'all know what it is. Splack it up, splack it down, splack it that thing all around. All right, and remember, what you put out into this world, you out there, that's exactly what you are going to get back. So Avant Garde, appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for the love. It's always a pleasure. All right, y'all. Splack up. That was corny, but who cares?